ஹலோ டெக்கீஸ், இன் டுடேஸ் வீடியோ நம்ம எதை பற்றி பார்க்க போறோம்னா, ஸோ எல்லாருமே மோஸ்ட்லி ஐடிக்குள்ள வரணும் அப்படின்னு நினச்சிருக்கோம். நம்ம வீடியோ பார்த்துட்டு இருந்திருப்பீங்க. லைக் ஐடிக்குள்ள போயிட்டு ஒரு நல்ல ஜாபை பிக் பண்ணி நம்ம கரியரில் செட்டில் ஆயிருன்னு நினச்சி. பட் என்னதான் அப்படி திங்க் பண்ணி தான் எல்லாத்துக்கு முன்னாடி பேக் எண்டில் ஒரு விஷயம் ஓடிட்டே இருக்கும். ஏஐ அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு விஷயம்லாம் வந்துட்டு இருக்கு. அதனால ஐடியோட டெவலப்மெண்ட் ரோல் இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய பேசிக்காக இருக்கக்கூடிய ரோலில் ரீப்ளேஸ் பண்ணிடுவோமா, அப்போ என்ன பண்ணுன்னு தெரியல, ஐடியில் கரியர் இருக்குமான்னு சொல்லி நிறைய பேருக்கு டவுட் இருக்கும். அதுக்கு ஒரே ஃபுல் ஸ்டாப் சொல்யூஷனாக மெயினாக இருக்க திங்க பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, அந்த ஏஐயால் ஐடிக்குள்ள நிறைய ரோல் ரீப்ளேஸ் ஆயிரும்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. பட் அந்த ஏஐ பேஸ் பண்ண ரோல்லேயே நீங்கள் இருந்தீங்கன்னா டெஃபினட்டாக உங்களை ரீப்ளேஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கான சான்சஸ் ரொம்ப கம்மி. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஏஐ அண்ட் டேட்டாவை பேஸ் பண்ண ரோல்ஸ் எல்லாமே தான் ஃபியூச்சர் ரொம்ப அதிகமாக இருக்க போது. ப்ளஸ் அதை ரீப்ளேஸ் பண்ணக்கூடிய விஷயங்களுமே ரொம்ப கம்மியாக இருக்கு. ஸோ அதனால் நீங்கள் ஏஐ இல்லைனா டேட்டா பேஸ் பண்ண ரோல் சூஸ் பண்ணுறது இஸ் ஒரு பெஸ்ட் ஆப்ஷனாக இருந்துட்டு இருக்கும். ஸோ நீங்கள் ஜென்ரலாக கூகுள் பண்ணி பார்த்தா கூட யூ வில் நோ மோர் அபவுட் இட். ஸோ அப்படி ஏஐ பேஸ் பண்ணி இப்போ பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரொம்ப அட்வான்ஸாக போயிட்டு இருக்குது. ஏஐ ஏஜென்ட்ஸ், ஜென்ரேட்டிவ் ஏஐ, ப்ராம்ப்ட் இன்ஜினியரிங், இந்த மாதிரி ஏஐ பேஸ் பண்ண ரோல்ஸுமே நிறைய பேர் எடுத்து படிக்க ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாங்க. அதுக்கான ஜாபுக்கு மூவ் ஆக ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டாங்க. இன்ஃபேக்ட் நான் கூட ஒரு 1 year பிஃபோரே எங்களோட கம்பெனியில் ஒரு 5 years எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் ஜென்ஏஐ கேண்டிடேட்டை ஹையர் பண்ணுவோம். இன்ஃபேக்ட் ஆஃப் சேலரி அரௌண்ட் 40 lakhs கொடுக்கும் ரெடியாக இருந்தாங்க ஒரு 5 years பர்சனுக்கு. அந்த அளவுக்கு ஏஐயோட டிமாண்ட் அதிகமாக இருக்குன்னா நிறைய பேர் ஏஐ பேஸ் பண்ணி படிக்கணும்னு நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்கீங்க. ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்லி ஏஐ டேட்டா பேஸ் பண்ண ஜாப்ல லைக் டேட்டா சயின்டிஸ்ட், டேட்டா இன்ஜினியர், டேட்டா அனலிட்டிக்ஸ் மாதிரியான ரோல் வச்சு போகணும்னு பார்க்குறீங்க. பிகாஸ் இந்த மாதிரியான ஒரு 4 to 5 ரோல்ஸ் ரொம்பவுமே டாப்ல இருந்துட்டு இருக்கு. ஸோ இந்த விஷயங்களை பற்றி ஆல்ரெடி நம்ம நிறைய வீடியோஸ் நம்ம சேனலில் போட்டிருக்கோம். அதை தாண்டியுமே ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்காக நான் ரீசெண்டாக ஒரு வெபினார் அட்டன் பண்ணேன். ஸோ யாரோட வெபினார் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பரணி குமார் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு பர்சனோட வெபினார். ஸோ அவர் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஃபவுண்டர் அண்ட் மேனேஜிங் டைரக்டர் ஆஃப் ஏஐ ஸ்ப்ரைட் அண்ட் 360 டிஜி டிஎம்ஜி இந்த மாதிரியான ஏஐ அண்ட் டேட்டா பேஸ் பண்ண சொல்யூஷன் கொடுக்குற கம்பெனி அண்ட் லேர்னிங் பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் அவங்க வச்சுட்டு இருக்காரு. பீயிங் இன் டு திஸ் ஃபீல்டே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 1 decade, அதாவது லாஸ்ட் 10 year இந்த ஃபீல்டு இருந்துட்டு இருக்காரு. அவரோட எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ்மே மோர் தென் 2 decades, நியர்லி டு த 20 years ஜாப் மார்க்கெட்ல இருந்துட்டு இருக்காரு. ஸோ இப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ்டான பர்சனோட ஒரு வெபினார் தான் அட்டன் பண்ணேன். ஸோ அவரோட வெபினார்ல ஏஐ பத்தின விஷயங்கள், ஜென்ஏஐ பத்தின விஷயங்கள், அதோட ப்ராஜெக்டை பத்தின ஒரு ஓவரால் வியூ எப்படி இருக்கணும், அதே மாதிரி நீங்கள் டேட்டா பேஸ் பண்ண ஜாப் ரோல்குள்ள போகணும்னா எப்படிலாம் போகலாம், இப்போ இருக்க மார்க்கெட் வேர்ல்டில் இந்த டேட்டா பேஸ் பண்ண ரோல்லாம் கம்பெனிஸில் எப்படி இருந்துட்டு இருக்குங்கிற மாதிரியான ப்ராம்ப்ட் இன்ஜினியரிங் பற்றி இந்த மாதிரியான நிறைய விஷயங்களை பற்றி டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணாரு. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி ரோல்க்குலாம் நீங்கள் போகிறப்போ உங்கள் ஃபியூச்சர் எந்த அளவுக்கு ஒரு ஸ்ட்ராங்காக இருக்கும், எந்த அளவுக்கு உங்களுக்கு சேலரிலாம் கொடுப்பாங்க, ஸோ அதுக்குள்ள நோக்கன் காரணம் நிறைய விஷயத்தை நியர்லி டு த 1+ hours டீட்டெயிலாக எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணியிருந்தாரு. ஸோ ரொம்பவுமே சூப்பராக இருந்துச்சு. தென் ஐ டிஸ்கஸ் வித் த டீம் லைக் இந்த வீடியோ நம்மளோட சேனலையுமே போஸ்ட் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பண்ணுறப்போ சரி ஓகே அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டுமே இந்த வீடியோ நம்ம ஷேர் பண்ணுறோம். ஸோ இந்த வீடியோ கம்ப்ளீட்லி ஒரு 1 hour இருக்க போது. ஸோ நீங்கள் ஒரு ஃப்ரீ டைம் எடுத்துக்கிட்டு ஒரு நோட் அண்ட் புக்கோட வச்சு இந்த வீடியோவை கம்ப்ளீட்டாக பாருங்க. ஸோ உங்களோட கரியரை நீங்கள் எந்த பாத்துக்குள்ள கொண்டு போகலாங்களோ ஒரு கிளியர் கட்டான சொல்யூஷன் இந்த கம்ப்ளீட் வீடியோவை பார்த்து முடிக்கிறப்ப கிடைச்சிடும். அதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்கள் உங்கள் டெசிஷன் எடுத்து ஃபர்தர் உங்களோட கரியரை ஈஸியாக மூவ் பண்ண முடியும். இன்ஃபேக்ட் அவங்களே டீட்டெயிலாக என்னென்ன பண்ணணுங்கிற விஷயமா இருக்கணும் உங்களுக்கு சொல்லிடுவாங்க. ஸோ ஹோப் இந்த வீடியோ யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக நினைக்கிறேன். இந்த வீடியோவை ஸ்கிப் பண்ணாமல் டில் எண்ட் வரையும் பாருங்க. லெட்ஸ் கெட் இன்டு தி வீடியோ.
Embracing AI and generative AI services, right? We have 360 Digit MG, we have AI Spry. Let me tell you that as part of the workshop, there will be 3 parts. Okay, overall there will be 3 parts. Part A, where you will have an overview of AI and Gen AI projects. Okay, then we will also understand what are the kind of projects which are solved in the space of generative AI. And then part B would be for those of you who want to enter into this field of data. You'll understand as a fresher, how do I get into this field? If I want to switch my career from one profession to another, how do I do it? And the working professionals who had a career gap, and then if they want to get in, how do they get in, right? These are a few things. And also there are predominantly data analytics, data science, data engineering roles, and generative AI, prompt engineering, and agentic AI is non-negotiable. Every role should have knowledge of Gen AI, prompt engineering, and agentic AI. So what are the tools that one has to learn to get into this field is something that you all will understand. And as part of part C, we are going to boost productivity. Okay, we will ensure that we boost the productivity with prompt engineering. These are a few things that we try to understand. And we, as part of AI Spry, we have 180+ employees working, and it's founded by alumni of IIT and ISB. I'm one of those. And whenever we work on any project, any international, any project which is worthy to be published on international journal, we do so. Because the international journal will scrape the web, they try to understand whether a similar kind of project has been published in the past or not, right? So to prove to the world that your projects are unique, you need to publish on international journals. Alongside that, our project details got published on London Business School as well. So if I were to highlight and show you, here we go. AI Spry, which is AI services firm, and 360 Digit MG, which is data science training company, right? And these are the 5 case studies. And we would now try to understand the differences between AI and generative AI and what are the kind of projects typically are addressed. Even before we proceed further, here is the first poll question. I request you all to answer. There we go, it's up on your screen. Would you mind answering these questions so that I get a rough idea on who the audience are, and I might tweak my presentation a bit to suit your needs. Yeah, I request everyone to respond, please. Okay, good. Absolutely, this is a good thing, right? So let me share the results on your screen. We have 56% students, another 36% are working professionals, a few are from academics, a few are entrepreneurs, right? And when I ask this question, how would you rate your familiarity with AI? A lot of people are saying, hey, I'm a total beginner. I know that there are buzzwords. These are buzzwords, so on and so forth. Good. So this gives me a sense on what kind of people are attending the sessions, and I think I can tweak my presentation accordingly. So whenever you want to start your journey in this field, please bear in mind that your learning should start from client visits, so that you understand how the process happens over there, and you may tweak your presentation accordingly when you present it to the clients, and also you will be able to understand the business problems in a better manner. Okay, so Amazon is one of our clients. We are doing AI services projects for them, and then we ensure that we take our students to the client visits so that they get the first-hand experience on the process and also the problems that exist. Okay, and here we go, Surana Group, right? So we have our students, we take our students to the client visits so that they understand and learn. Biologically Limited, or Singapore Land Transportation Authority, or GBR in Chennai, right? But the first thing is, one needs to understand these aspects, okay? Whatever I'm showing on the screen. For me to demystify this, let me share my screen and let me, at this juncture, quickly explain you on what happens, right? Whenever you go to any customer for client visit, you do a consultation, right? You check with them on what kind of data sources they have. Maybe they get the data from website. Maybe they get the data from mobile devices. Maybe they get the data from IoT sensors. Okay. Maybe you get the data from some other sources. Doesn't matter, right? So one has to get the data from all these data sources and then store it in a data storage system. Put it in the data storage system, such as data warehouse or a database itself, or data lake or data lakehouse. You pull the data and put that data into a data storage system. Okay, and this process of getting the data from data sources into data storage is called as data engineering. Okay, data engineering. So data engineering is a process where people take the data from the data sources and put it into data storage system. Now, once you have the data available in the data storage system, either a data analyst, okay, will take the data and perform data analytics, or data scientist will pick the data and perform and build rather prediction models, right? So this is what happens typically. So the first step is to take the data and perform data analytics. When you perform data analytics, you create reports and dashboards. Reports and dashboards, and this process is called as business intelligence. Business intelligence reports and dashboards are created. What kind of reports, dashboards, and all that, we'll delve deeper. Okay, we'll get into it later. Okay, so these kind of reports and dashboards, right? But I'll come to it later. Either you use Microsoft Power BI, or you use Tableau, or you use Click, or you use Python, and you accomplish this. Then you have you need to understand the entire value chain, right? Suppliers, input, process, output, and customers. And when you understand this, you do some kind of predictions. For example, this is a project that we have done for a client in West Bengal, which is into steel pipe manufacturing. They procure coal, iron ore, dolomite, etc. from countries such as UK, South Africa, and Indonesia. And it really makes sense to forecast on what will be the coal price moving forward, 3 months down the lane, 6 months down the lane, right? So once you understand that, and once you figure out that, hey, this is the a day when the prices will be the least, this particular company will go and purchase a lot of coal for a lower price, thereby reducing their procurement cost. So these kind of business decisions can be taken once you build such forecasting models. Then we also have AI projects in the space of computer vision. Okay, but at this juncture, let me ask this, and I would request you all to please answer this. What do you think is more important for a successful AI project? Is it strong programming skills, deep domain knowledge, mix of both, or do you think it entirely depends on the use case? Okay, I see that more than 50% of y'all are saying that we need a balanced mix of both. We need a balanced mix of strong programming knowledge and also deep domain knowledge. Wonderful. Thank you for responding to that. All these things give me additional insights and additional inputs. So here are a few of the projects that we have done in the past, right? For example, here we have done a project where we have 150-acre solar plant, right? And if at all certain solar panels have a physical damage or electrical damage or excessive dust, etc., it is very difficult to humanly go around 150 acres to figure out which panels are really damaged. So what do we do then? You have to resort to drone. First of all, what is the make of the drone? And also, what kind of multispectral camera sensor should you keep? And how high or how low in altitude should you fly the drone? And in one single charge, how many acres will this drone fly? All these are important decisions to be made. Very important decisions. And once you get the images, you supply it to our algorithm, AI solution rather, which will determine which of these panels have physical damage or electrical damage or so on and so forth. Right. We also did a project for one of the leading pharmaceutical companies. Here, they manufacture vials and pre-filled syringes. And people manually count how many vials and how many pre-filled syringes exist. Manually count. And it is brain drain. Whenever manual counting happens, errors might creep in. What should I do then? We built a solution where there is a designated area. You keep your crate underneath that, and the camera will take the photo, and it will automatically count how many vials and pre-filled syringes exist, and it will save this data in the backend database. Not just that. On top of this, we built a generative AI solution similar to ChatGPT, where people can ask questions on how many vials were manufactured in the last 6 days, how many pre-filled syringes were produced in the last 1 month. When you ask such questions, these questions get converted into SQL query, and this query will fetch the data from the database, and the results will be boom on your screen for your analysis. So this is a perfect culmination or combination of AI and generative AI playing at tandem. In that way, we built a lot of other solutions where the scrap that you're seeing here will go into the burning furnace, which typically has a temperature of 1800 degrees Celsius. Yes, you heard me right, 1800 degrees Celsius. Even bones melt at that temperature. If at all, flammable and explodable items such as shock absorbers, cylinders, etc., if they go into the burning furnace, it will cause a blast, killing the people surrounding. So we built a solution. We put that into the camera by applying, model compression techniques, and our solution real-time detects whether there are any flammable and explodable items which might go into the burning furnace. In that way, the list would go on and on and on, right? So I would like to, at this juncture, real-time showcase a few of the solutions that we have built, right? I would take your attention to the login page. Let me see. I just took the username password from one of our team member who worked on this project. Let me upload one of the satellite images. And this satellite image, what it does is, it will from the top look at the area where the trees are grown, and it will try to get the canopy view. Canopy view means top view. If you see here, it is detecting the top view trees. It will detect casuarina trees. And then it will also understand the length of the branch. If the length of the branch is more than 3 meters, then the tree width, the width of the tree will be more than 6 meters. That means that the tree is ripe to be harvested. That means you can cut the tree and then use it for paper manufacturing. This is a project that we have done for Tamil Nadu Paper Limited, and we got the data from Landsat 2. Okay, this is one solution. The second solution that I want to show is this solution where we did a project in the space of poultry. Okay, let me log in and let me choose a video. I'm going to upload a thermal image, okay? Thermal video rather. And then if you click on start live detection, the process starts. Our solution using the thermal camera, it will determine what is the age of the chick on an average. On an average, what is the body temperature of these chicks? And what is the weight of the chicks? Okay. Based on which, it will also give you certain reports, right? Which will tell you whether the growth of the chicks is apt or not. Are the chicks growing according to the age or not? Such a cool solution, right? And an SMS alert will go to the farm owner saying that now these chicks have attained 1.75 kgs and they are okay to be sold in the market. There's yet another solution that I want to showcase. Okay, I have the username and password. Yeah, again, once again, I've taken it from our team. And let me go to pavement. And let me select potholes, and let me upload a video pertaining to potholes. And once it gets uploaded, we can start the processing. And what happens is the potholes are detected. The size of the potholes, the area, the depth, and the volume, and thereby classification on whether whether we have small potholes or medium or big potholes, and exact location of the potholes. All these are detected. Alongside that, you also get to see the recommendations on how much will it cost to fill the pothole, right? And what are the raw materials that have to be used, so on and so forth. And typically, we use a very powerful server here. For your demonstration, I'm not using powerful server. Let me be honest on that. I'm using a very, very low variant of the server so that we save on the cost, right? So this is how the recommendations will come up. What are the raw materials which have to be used? How much will it cost to fill the potholes? So on and so forth. Okay. So there are many, many other projects, many similar kind of projects. I'm tempted to show you quite a few, but I would refrain from doing so, right? We have a lot of GenAI solutions also, which we have built for a lot of companies. This is for a company which is in the space of healthcare. We cannot use ChatGPT kind of models. ChatGPT is an application rather, which is built on top of GPT model. We cannot use GPT for building or for fine tuning solutions where you have completely different data. If you're working in the space of life sciences healthcare, we need to pick up a large language model which is trained on medical literature. ChatGPT, which is working on top of GPT model, the GPT model is trained on internet data, Wikipedia, Common Crawl, and then Reddit, so on and so forth. So we have taken large language model which was trained on medical literature, and we also have taken the hospital process documents, and then we have built a RAG system, RAG, retrieval augmented generation. What it does is, if someone wants to create a discharge summary for a patient, they just need to click on a button and discharge summary for a patient would be ready. And who is this patient? What is the age of the patient? What are the medical conditions of the patients? Everything would be extracted from the hospital management system. If you're moving a patient from one specialty to another, liver specialty to say heart specialty, then there are protocols that have to be followed, and different hospitals have different protocols. And these protocols we have used and we have fine-tuned our model. So when someone asks a question, even a nurse for that case, they'll get a bunch of processes and steps that have to be followed. Okay. In this way, the list would go on and on. We did a few projects for Uttarakhand government, and there is a defined methodology that one has to follow. We'll obviously train you on all of that. And there are plethora of major projects that we have trained our model on, right? So we have cement quality manufacturing, Delhi urban local bodies, Northwestern Railways, Indian Railways is our client, Tata Hitachi. There is a dermatologist who asked us to build a solution where you just take a photo, and then based on your skin texture, it will suggest what kind of cosmetic treatment has to be given and what kind of cosmetics have to be provided, right? FEG, Fortuna Entertainment Group. We did a project for FEG as well. And until now, there are 100 plus international publications. This in itself is a proof that we are working on real world projects. Okay, so Coca-Cola, Yatra, Korean Airlines, Volvo, Avianca, IBS, Tata Trust, all these are our big clients. And these are a few of the awards and accolades that we have achieved on the international arena. These are customer appreciations. Okay, so I think I spoke a lot. At this juncture, I have another poll question coming your way. After you take this question, I would jump into module 2. Yep. Can someone perform meaningful data analysis without understanding the business problem? What do you think, friends? I request everyone to please respond. Okay. Seems like we have good results. Majority of y'all, I should say 69% of y'all are saying that context is everything. Context is very, very important. Yeah, that's right. That's true. Proceed further with workshop part B. What is the difference between data analysis and data science? Yeah, I'm getting there. I think y'all are getting a little restless. Bharani, why are you taking so long? Why don't you jump into action directly? Yes, sure, friends. I'm hearing you. Okay, sorry, friends. I'm just trying to do some amount of multitasking. Okay. So there are predominantly these courses, right? Well, what courses do we have? Business analytics. You have data analytics, data science, data engineering, generative AI, and agentic AI. Now let's delve further, and let me also help you understand that, friends, AI or Gen AI is not dependent on any specific industry. You can apply AI, you can apply generative AI to all these industries, to life sciences, healthcare, financial analytics, marketing, HR, so on and so forth. And by far, we are the only company which has 76 plus domain analytics programs across India. So no matter which educational background you are from, and no matter which what kind of experience you have, you can pick one of these, or we will assign one of these modules to you, and then you can go through this post your training. These are all recorded modules, which will talk specifically about your industry case studies. And NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang, I love the statement that this person has made. When people asked him whether AI is going to replace humans, then he said that no, don't worry. AI will not take away your job. But those people who learn and use AI will certainly take away your job. Okay? They'll take away the jobs of people who don't learn AI. So people who learn AI will take away the jobs of people who don't learn AI. It is as simple as that, yes. It is here now. Okay. Then, artificial intelligence is all about automating human intelligence, friends. If you're driving a car, what do? Whenever there's a red signal, you apply brakes. You control steering. You change gears, so on and so forth. All these things we manually do. What if all these things can be automated? That is called as artificial intelligence. And data science, data mining, machine learning, deep learning, transformers, all these are examples of building AI solutions. No matter what you do, at the end of the day, you end up building AI solutions. Okay. And these are the different roles that exist. And one of our friend was asking this question, right? On what is the difference between data analytics and data science, right? That was the question that one of our friend has asked. So let me help help you guys understand on what is the difference. But for that, I'll have to take a slight detour and share a different screen. Yeah. So if you get the data from different data sources into a data storage system, by extracting the data, by performing some kind of data cleansing or transformation, and then loading it into some kind of data storage, is a job of a data engineer. Then what does a data analyst do? Data analyst will take the data, will take this past historical data from the database, and then they'll do analysis until present, until now. So you take the past data and until now you try to analyze and create reports and dashboards. If you have sales data, you try to understand whether the sales was increasing or decreasing, or was the sales staying constant. So data analyst is a person who talks on what happened until now. This job. Then what does a data scientist do? Data scientist does everything which a data analyst does, and in addition to that, they also predict the future. Given that the sales was like this, what will happen to the sales in the next 1 year? What will happen to the sales in the next 6 months? Would the sales continue to increase, or will the sales decrease? What will happen? Okay, this is what data scientist does. And a person called as machine learning operations expert would ensure that the solutions are deployed in production. What does that mean? Okay, let me help you understand here that, for example, they do projects like this. Let me pick up another browser and come on. Okay, so sorry. I am trying something else. Let me do this. So I'll have to take this URL and take your attention to this so that I can quickly show you this particular solution. So this is called as deployment. You did all the hard work. Our team did all the hard work. They have come up with a solution. They have built an AI solution and deployed it on cloud, AWS, right? So when people click on this, when end users want to use it, they can use it like this. You can click on choose image. Okay. You can say choose TMT steel rod image. Then you click on zoom. You can zoom it. Okay, you can zoom it and then select 2 points on any steel rod. Say this steel rod, I'm going to select 2 points. And then that's it. If you click on process, it will ask you to enter what is the diameter of the steel rod. If it is 12 mm, you convert that into meters. And then you also provide the density. Density is a given. For every steel rod, you have that standard thing. And look at what has happened. It has marked all the other steel rods and it has given the overall weight of the steel rods that exist over there. So in any steel processing company, steel rod manufacturing company, once you build a solution, once they manufacture, they put it in inventory, and using this solution, you can automatically count how many steel rods exist, what is the weight of the steel rod, so on and so forth, right? But the point is, MLOps specialist will ensure that the solution is available to the end users the way I've just showcased to you. And we have, for now, included machine learning operations concepts inside data science, right? What about Gen AI, prompt engineering, and agentic AI in that case? Friends, no matter which profession you choose, you might choose to become a data analyst or a data scientist or a data engineer, doesn't matter. Gen AI, prompt engineering, and agentic AI is a skill that has to be part of all of these. Okay, now we have this. Please answer this, friends. Do you think AI is overhyped in today's world? What do you think? Okay, so let me end the poll because roughly 66% of y'all have already responded. And good. 35% of y'all are saying yes, people expect magic. Another 33% of y'all are saying, no, we have just scratched the surface. Another 30% of people are saying, we have mixed feelings. It depends on the domain that we work. Interesting. Okay. So there's nothing right or wrong here. But if you ask my opinion, AI is not overhyped. AI is into our world now. Okay. There's no escaping from it. So it's always better to study and equip ourselves with this. Okay. We at 360 Digit MG, in collaboration with a few of the industry partners, have done some small research. And this is what our research reveals. And these numbers are in line with a lot of research organizations who try to understand what might be the salaries of people. And the moment I say freshers, a lot of people also ask me this question: do we even have jobs for freshers? Naukri is not my friend. Monster is not my friend. Neither is it. Neither is Times Job. So I request you all to go to naukri.com and type or search for data analyst position and select fresher. We have 2,307 jobs. So who told there are no jobs for freshers? You also have access to all these websites. Why don't you do research yourself? Okay, and you'll come to know for sure that there are a lot of job openings for freshers as well. Data analysts or data scientists or data engineers doesn't matter. And as I've told you, Gen AI, prompt engineering, and agentic AI is something which each of these people should know. In interviews, in fact, they're asking, what kind of Gen AI tool are you using? What kind of agentic AI tools are you using? What kind of prompt engineering techniques are you using? And they're asking people to type the prompts then and there. Okay. So what does these numbers mean? Let me take a small detour once again and help you understand this. This is what I mean. If I say that an experienced person who has 5 years can get anywhere between 12.5 lakhs per annum to 20 lakhs per annum, what does that mean? What do I mean by that? All I mean is, for every year of experience, you multiply the number of years of experience with 2.5 lakhs per annum to 4 lakhs per annum. 5 into 2.5 is 12.5. 5 into 4 is 20. Okay, and this is the kind of salary one can expect with 5 years experience. Okay, this is average salary again. These are average salaries, meaning you might have someone with 5 years experience getting 40 lakhs per annum also. And you can also have a fresher getting 14 lakhs per annum. Doesn't matter. Okay, so these are a few things that you can consider. And in tomorrow's session, we will talk about boosting productivity and so on and so forth. At that point of time, I'll also teach you a bit on prompt engineering. And one more thing, I should tell this, I should confess that there were a few scenarios where students have raised concerns saying that no matter what you do, we want you to give us a special job portal. Naukri has, Monster has, Times Jobs has, LinkedIn has, doesn't matter. Our students were saying that you also should give us job opportunities where we go and apply. So this is what we have done. We thought, okay, we have to take your feedback seriously. And we started conducting leadership talks. What happens in a leadership talk? In leadership talk, as part of Industry Connect, I usually talk with the practitioners, like vice president of Wells Fargo, then operations and quality assistant manager BHEL, then senior manager Salesforce, Accenture, JP Morgan Chase, vice president, data engineer Expedia, so on and so forth, right? And the list would go on and on and on, right? We also have Wipro head data insights and analysis, and yeah, I would request you to go through whenever you find time. And what happens is I ask them typically two questions. Those two questions are as follows. Question one: what kind of projects are handled in your industry? And they will explain. Question two: what kind of skills do you look for if you want to hire someone into your company? Then they let us know. And when they give us the job opening details, etc., we judiciously go to our jobs portal and we publish it in our jobs portal. Okay. So now we brought in a process where we want to publish 5 job openings per week. Okay. 3 to 5 rather. 3 to 5 job openings per week. And 1 campus placement drive exclusively for our students. And this, I should say, we have started, 2 months back or so. Back then also, we were getting jobs, but we didn't have a job portal of our own. And whenever you don't have something to prove to the people, they assume various things. They assume various things that no, there won't be any placement and this and that. So, how do we counter? With facts. And that is exactly what we are doing as part of this, right? Let me explain 2 more slides, and then I'll pause. I'll take your questions, right? Then we'll proceed further. So, friends, if you want to seriously get into this field of data, you have to traverse 3 phases. 3 phases, right? Phase 1 is you need to undergo the training, but please focus on practical projects and get trained by those people who have experience, the seasoned data scientists. And with 360 Digit MG, the beauty is that all of our trainers are real world practitioners. We make them either work on projects or consult the projects. Okay, when they do consulting, they consult on multiple projects. And every course is trained by multiple trainers. A few of our trainers are extremely good at Tableau, Power BI, SQL, etc. So it makes sense that they train you because you learn the tricks of the trade, the real world tricks. And then, if you want to become a swimmer, if you open YouTube and watch all the videos on how to do swimming, and if you go to Google and search amazing books to learn swimming and say you have read all the books, and now if you go and jump into the water, what do you think will happen? You'll drown and you'll die. Data science, getting into the field of data analytics or data science or data engineering or agentic AI or Gen AI is exactly the same. Until and unless you practice, you will not gain expertise, and hence we'll give you a lot of assignments. You need to complete 80% of your assignments. Okay. And you need to deploy the solutions on AWS. And also, we will give you opportunity to visit clients whenever we do projects for, say, Reads India or Amazon or any other client for that case. We will notify you guys, and you have all the right to visit our client locations. Okay. Then placement support. We make you work on 1 to 2 real world projects from ASPRI or the partnered companies, and top 5 performers from the projects, their names will be included in the international journal publication. So just imagine, right? Before you face the interviewer, your resume will face the interviewer. So if your resume has all these things, real world projects, international journal publication, so on and so forth, then the chances of your profile getting shortlisted increases. Plus, you can also perform well in the interviews, right? We have our AI tool now, which conducts mock interviews and Viva sessions. And you'll have weekly resume preparation sessions and LinkedIn profile management sessions, right? Then ultimately, we have this RO Hub. Let me go there and show you. Resume Optimization Hub. You just need to upload your resume and upload your job description and click on Compare Now. It will tell you whether your resume will be shortlisted or not. You can also improve your resume by selecting a few missing skills. And when you say generate a new resume, you'll have 5 different formats to choose from. You can choose one of the formats. You can also take your photo and put it on your resume. This will ensure that your resume gets shortlisted. Right? So, what are the benefits if you get trained through 360 Digit MG? Of course, please don't work on dummy projects. This is the worst thing that you can do. Kaggle, GitHub, etc. You work on real world projects, attend daily stand-up meetings, deploy your solutions on cloud, attend client meetings, ensure that your project details are published on international journals, and get an international certificate. Either you can opt for a certificate program or professional program, depending on what you choose. You either get certificate or diploma certificate from State University of New York, which is the largest university in US. And these certificates are valid for lifetime. Not just that, you get anywhere between 60 hours to 100 hours of additional learning modules directly from State University of New York, recorded by world-class faculty. Okay, so these are a bunch of benefits. And if you want to go to US and do your masters, you'll get additional scholarships if you want to apply and study at SUNY or SUNY affiliated colleges. And one final thing, friends, before I take your questions, if at all you feel that you are a slow learner, don't worry too much. We are here to help you. We can give you internship opportunities for a few months, and based on that internship opportunity, you can, get a job. Okay. Before I explain you more about the training programs that we have and the kind of modules that one can learn, I would like to take your questions because quite a few questions came my way now. I think, Yunus, your questions are answered. Okay. No, we usually don't give these recordings. All I'm saying is, Lalitendra, go to Naukri or Monster or any other job portal. Just search data analyst fresher jobs, data science fresher jobs, data engineer fresher jobs. Do you have any or not, right? There are quite a few fresher jobs. That is what I meant. And these were the 2 questions. And then Mansi has a question. Oh, yeah. So, Mansi, we have our offices in both Kothurud and Karadi in Pune. You can choose to go to one of the centers. Yeah. Okay. A few of our friends are raising hand. Yes, I have to allow them to talk, right? Yeah, Preetham. I'll also. We also do one more thing. We have our people who got placed in different companies, right? I will quickly take you there. These are all of our people who got placed, right? So a few people got placed in Big Four companies. A few people got placed in these are all Big Four: Ernst & Young, Deloitte, PwC, etc. And we have people who got who did commerce, right? BCom, and yet they got jobs in companies such as Flipkart. Meher got a job in Flipkart, right? We have people who got jobs in Amazon, in Saudi, you name it, in Google. Chandru got a job in Google, so on and so forth, right? So we have people who got jobs in different companies. in Saudi Arabia, all of that. In US also, there are quite a few people. So we have taken the details and we have published here the success stories. And also our HR team is in constant touch with them. Whenever there are any job openings which come their way, they let us know. And we are more than happy to share our student profiles with them, or we publish these details on our job portal, and then you can apply. Yeah. Hope
Yeah,
answered your
final
questions.
question.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
final question. Sorry. Actually, my master is about to complete. By December, it will complete. And how it will be? It will take, for example, this course will take 9 months, right? After completion of this course only,
I just
I will be
I have to interrupt you. So if you can allow me just exactly 5 minutes,
okay.
this question I'm going to answer the duration bit. I didn't miss out. I wanted to stop because I'll tell you one more thing. Just I'll take another 5 minutes, friends, and then I'll take questions from uh, Preetham, Mansi, and other questions. Right? Just allow me 5 minutes, friends. Just 5 minutes. I think this is very important question which our friend has raised. Okay. So as part of a certificate program in data analytics, which is business analytics program, we'll teach you Python, our self-paced modules. Then we'll help you work on projects, project management methodology, databases, warehouses, SQL, NoSQL, etc. And also we'll train you right from 8th standard math onwards. But then sometimes it will get to the 3rd standard math also. Let me ask that question now itself, right? And then a lot of data visualization tools such as Power BI, Tableau, etc. There'll be mock interviews. Our AI will conduct mock interviews for you. We have AI resume preparation tool, and then you attend the interviews. No matter which program you register for, Gen AI, prompt engineering, and agentic AI modules are included. Also, 10 hours of AI essentials modules will be provided to you on. A few people are a little scared. The moment I say programming, they are like, oh my God, programming? We don't like it. Yeah, so for those of you who feel that you're getting into that oh my God zone, let me open Google Colab and let me tell you that it becomes very simple, friends. Very, very simple. Let me open a new notebook. Okay. And while I do this programming, while I show you, I also have a question for you all. And the question is pretty simple. What is the average of numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it going to be 5? Or will it be 15? Or will it be 3? I'll save it. And then I'll ask this question to you guys. Yeah. Can someone please answer? Let me see whether you all studied in your 3rd, 4th, 5th, etc. Or did you directly get into graduation? What is the average of these numbers, friends? Can you answer, please? I request everyone to answer. Don't hesitate. Go for it. Mohan Priya, it is for people like you. Don't you worry. And Arvind, yeah, I'll have to give you opportunity to unmute. So you just need to raise your hand and then I'll help you unmute. Yeah, Dheeraj, I'll answer that as well. Just allow me a few moments. Yep, good. Here are the results, friends. Quite a few of you all got the right answer, right? So let me do this. You need not have a hi-fi computer in the first place. You need not have a very powerful computer. All you need is a basic computer with access to good internet. Then if you click on connect, Google will allocate you a server, a computer of low configuration. Doesn't matter, it's coming for free, be happy. Yeah. If you say 1 plus 1, and if I were to click on run, you get to see that answer is 2. If I say 8 multiplied by 3, and if I run, you get to say 24. Now, what if I want to calculate average of 5 numbers? Do I need to write code? Yeah, I'll say generate. calculate average of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 using Python. There we go. Look at that. Very quickly, Python has generated the code for me. It says that you need to take these 5 numbers, load it into an object called numbers. You have to take the summation of all the numbers and divide by the length of the numbers. That will give you average. You put it into average, run, job done. Answer is 3. Yeah, and that is what majority of you will have answered. This is how simple it will be. If this is how simple it is going to be, then why should we learn Python? You should learn Python because even if you use prompts, you get Python code, and you should be able to understand what each line of code means. Okay, this is how simple things will be. Okay, next. You will get to learn MongoDB, SQL, Tableau, Power BI, Excel, our recorded videos, Python and all of that. And you get blockchain enabled 360 digit MG certificate. So even if people want to click on this and verify whether you have actually done this program with 360 or not, they will be able to verify. Optional NASSCOM Future Skills certificate, and you get one project completion certificate from ASPI. The more certificates you have, more will be the chances for you to get a job, isn't it? Yeah. And we have a module where you will have only trainings, and you'll have a module where you'll have only training and certification. Okay. Here you get a certificate from State University of New York, which is the largest university in US, right? As I've told you, you have lifetime validity A. B, you also get recorded modules directly, additional recorded modules apart from the trainings from SUNY, right? And one of our friend or a few of our friends are studying in US. They know how valuable this is. Okay. And then you have PDA, Professional Data Analytics, where alongside everything, you will also understand and learn a few machine learning basics, which are mandatory for data analytics folks. Okay. You learn big data analytics with PySpark. You learn cloud data analytics, AWS, Azure, GCP, all 3 major cloud platforms. You will also be given free e-learnings on AWS, Azure, and GCP cloud computing. Then you work on 2 projects because it is professional program. And ultimately, resume preparation and interview preparation. And as I've told you, no escaping from Gen AI, prompt engineering, and agentic AI. If you're in doubt, attend tomorrow, you'll come to know, right? On how amazing these tools would be. And when it comes to certifications, you'll get diploma certificate as opposed to regular certificate. And you also get 2 project completion certificates from AI's Prime. Okay, here are the various tools that you will learn: PySpark, Google Looker Studio, AWS, Azure, GCP, so on and so on. Then we also have 2 programs in the space of data science. One is called a certificate program. Another is professional certificate program in data science. And here, you learn a lot of things, friends. You will learn Docker, Kubernetes for virtualization and containerization. And everything that you see in orange color, starting from text mining, NLP, deep learning, Gen AI, transformers, large language models, LLM ops, RAG, fine-tuning, prompt engineering, diffusion models, LangChain, Llama Index, agentic AI, Crew AI, Pydantic, Microsoft Autogen, and the list will go on and on. All the deployment frameworks, Big Data, Hadoop, and Spark, all these and many more you will learn as part of the data science roadmap. Okay. I know a lot of you all are raising hands. You have a lot of questions, I'm sure. I'll take those. And I usually take 30 to 40% of the classes for the students as part of my weekend masterclass sessions. Okay. And these are mandatory. Please attend, because Gen AI, agentic AI, I personally take those. Then these are the certificates that you get, and certificates from State University of New York. Alongside they're giving learning modules, Their programs are also aligned with Azure and AWS certification. So you will learn those kind of skills also. Okay. Then in PDS, you'll have diploma certificate. So the beauty with diploma is if you want to do masters in US, you get some credits. So you can skip a few subjects and certain credits will be covered.
How
You have to wait. I just you have to wait. I'll allow you. There are a lot of people who have raised their hands. Please. Yeah. We also have a program in the space of data engineering. Okay. And when it comes to data engineering, we help you build data pipelines. Of course, Docker, Kubernetes will be there, timescale DB, Hadoop distributed file system. How do you place the big data? How do you get the data? Using Apache Spark, Spark streaming, Apache Kafka, Apache Airflow, data modeling, warehouse, lake houses. And then interestingly, AWS, Azure, GCP. You will learn data engineering on all three cloud platforms, including Databricks and Snowflake. You'll also learn how to get grab data into Neo4j, and then Gen AI data pipeline using vector database. And agentic AI pipeline, we already accomplished this. This is also something that you will learn. And finally, when it comes to SUNY certification, it is aligned with Microsoft Azure certification. Okay. So these are the bunch of tools that one is going to learn. And the question which our friend had, right, is this. So let me, at this point of time, take a slight detour. And after this, I promise you that I'll take your questions, right? So we give you 1 year window to complete your training. 1 year. Okay. There will be fast learners. Fast learners, they are the people who complete the training in, say, 4 to 6 months. Why so soon? Because after Python, immediately they continue with the next module, complete EDA, SQL, Power BI, data science, deep learning. Back to back, they complete. Okay, without taking a break. With the assumption that they are grasping everything, you can go ahead complete it if you're a fast learner. Because in interviews, they'll not ask you how quickly you completed training. They'll ask you questions on the topics you should be able to answer. We also have people who are mediocre learners. Okay, I should say they have medium IQ maybe. Their learning pace is also just about okay. So they will take anywhere between 8 to 9 months to complete the training. And we also have slow learners. For them, after one module, they might feel that, okay, I think quite a few things I need to prepare, practice more. So these are the kind of people who typically take 1 year. There are also people who are super slow. They join, they extend their stay with us, they do free internship with us, they keep honing their skills, and eventually I've seen people with perseverance and hard work, they've got jobs. However, learning management system, which has a recorded modules, this will be for lifetime. Okay, so these are a few things that I wanted to talk about, but I believe there are a lot of questions, and it really makes sense for me to take your questions, right? So 1 second, I'll get back to you. Mansi, Preetham, Ajas, and then I'll look at your questions. Yeah, Mansi.
Hi, good evening. Sorry,
Hi,
this is my
good evening.
second session with 368 DGTMG.
okay.
So I am someone with around 10 years of experience into banking compliance, and I actually took a course which was of 1 year. Typically, it covered all the data science methodologies, and it was quite very, very exhaustive. But the thing was, there was no successful placement at the end of the program. And currently, I'm in a juncture where I am searching, but I typically fit into the category A. I can say section where you said we work on Kaggle or GitHub databases, and then we look for jobs we don't get, and that's absolutely true. I fit into that.
Yeah.
So, what kind of program would you advise me to take? Being someone who is at this stage, I have half knowledge. I'll say half, because I'm still struggling with the fundamentals of something. I mean, there are a lot of algorithms which were taught out of this gradient boosting or random forest classification is something that fits into the field that I worked into the banking compliance, because the data would be very imbalanced with the fraudulent transactions and non-fraudulent. So I typically am dealing with that. I have a lot of confusions into it. So what kind of program would fit me the best given my scenario?
Yeah. So Mansi, I would highly recommend you to go with our serious program, certificate program in data science, not the professional certificate, since you are already trained. That will help you understand deploying the models on Docker, on Kubernetes, and then eventually deploying it on AWS. And that is what people are asking in interviews.
Yes, right.
And so you will understand those kind of things. And then you start working on the projects, real world projects. Then you'll understand step by step. How do you understand the business problem? How do you create your project charter? What all goes into the project charter, right? How do you come up with a high level architecture diagram? How do you do DAR? How do you do detail level design document, right? Then how do you decide what algorithms you have to build? If you are in compliance, ensemble techniques you shouldn't use, because explainability is important. Whatever you're predicting, you should be in a position to explain that. And if you have data which is imbalanced, that falls under pre-processing techniques. You have to make it balanced using different techniques. And smooth, modified, smooth, undersampling. Yeah, you're right. You have good understanding. Yeah. So you have to apply those techniques, and then you have to deploy a model. That is very, very important. And post deploying, how do you monitor on an ongoing basis your model, right? Data drift, model drift, concept drift. What kind of tool will you use? Will you use Evidently to monitor? So you'll get that overall exposure when you work on the real world project. That will give you enough confidence, and that will help you explain about your project on your resume better.
Yes.
First thing is that will help you get your resume shortlisted.
Okay.
B, when they ask you questions in interviews after that, it'll be a smooth sail for you, because 99.9% of students would not know the entire flow. They'll only talk theory, and no one wants theory. They want practical things to be done.
Right. So the program that you're advising me is, could you just repeat? I'll just go into it.
CDS, Certificate Program in Data Science.
Okay. CDS.
CDS, Certificate Program in Data Science. Yeah.
Okay. But how about the professional data science?
Since you've already done 1 year program with someone else, already you must be having some knowledge.
Some knowledge, yes, but I would like to go into beyond, because I have not learned deployment at all.
Okay. Got it. So if you feel that if you want to get into the depth of, say, computer vision, image processing, building chatbots using GenAI, so on and so forth, then professional data science program will be apt. If you really are keen to give your career a real edge, then you have to go with PDS.
I just have one question regarding the certificate program. If I enroll into that, do I get real life experience? Because that's what I'm lacking, and that's why I lack the complete confidence into whatever I've learned. That's why I say it's half learned altogether, because I do not have the practical experience at all of dealing with data.
So. No, you'll get exposure. But if you're keen, I see that you're really very keen to up the ante and differentiate yourself from the others in a big way, then PDS will give you that real edge. more arms and ammunitions and more
Yes.
projects you'll be focusing on.
Yes. Thank you so much for this.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Preetham, do you have question? Or by mistake did you raise your hand?
Yeah, no. Hi. I
Hi.
actually want a honest advice from you. So
Yeah.
currently, I work as an e-commerce manager. I started off as a web developer. So I already have a 10 years of experience.
Okay.
I'm planning to switch my career now to AI/ML, and I was advised to look into a proper training platforms. I've one of my friends suggested this. Honestly, what course would you suggest for me to break into tech as of now again? And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
also trying to relocate to US actually.
Then it has to be PDS, Preetham, as simple as that. Because you're planning to relocate to US, and
Yes.
then a diploma certificate from one of the not one of it is the largest university in US, right? So when you carry that, companies in US also will start respecting you. They'll start trusting and believing that you have the knowledge, because unlike the other university certificates with the other players are giving, here you'll be given certain learning modules. You have to watch those and take the exam also, which will be AI proctored. So that certificate will carry its own sweet value. That will also force you to study, which will in turn help you clear the interviews. Right? So everything is interlinked. I would say any day go with PDS, Preetham. Given that you already have web development knowledge, you'll be able to pick up the programming faster. Given that you have e-commerce knowledge, which a lot of analytics happens in e-commerce kind of companies, I think it should be a deadly combination. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm doing a right choice. I'm taking a right decision right now.
Yeah. But as long as you're putting in your effort as well, yeah.
No. Obviously, if I'm doing something, we have to put in effort, right? So.
True.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you. Yeah, I just must be cursing me. This guy is not allowing me to talk. Yeah,
No. I can understand. Actually, can you please tell me how the courses will be? First, you will start with Python. Parallelly, you will start with the database
No,
SQL
parallel.
like that.
No parallel.
Okay.
After one module, we'll go to another module, right? That's how it'll be.
Okay.
First Python, then exploratory data analysis, because these EDA topics you will implement using SQL also. So then SQL. Now that you know EDA and pre-processing, etc., you'll then get into Power BI. And there is some science which we are going to apply. Like in real world, if someone says create reports and dashboards, what should be your modus operandi, right? So those kind of things we explain. First, understand the problem, understand the data sources, understand where do you store, understand what are the departments, understand their key performance indicators, then create reports, dashboards to answer those questions, right? So in that way, there will be a structured approach to each and every module. And when you explain like this in interviews, that in itself will give confidence to the other person that, yeah, this guy's actually worked on projects.
In this course, you are going to cover API tools like Cassandra, the kind of it will cover, how it will be.
MongoDB is something that we will cover, right?
Okay.
MongoDB. Yeah.
If I take this from scratch, you are going to teach us, right? From A to Z,
right.
like that.
Yeah. Right from installing the software onwards, we get started. A few of you all already must be knowing certain things, but you'll have to you have to be slightly patient, because we will take you to the advanced concepts slowly.
Okay. This course is going to start from tomorrow, or how it will be?
Monday. I just was, while I was asking you guys full questions, I was in parallel continuing the conversation. Yeah.
ஸோ ஹோப் ஐ திங்க் ஸோ இந்த வீடியோ இவ்வளோ நேரம் நீங்கள் டில் எண்ட் வரை பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த வெபினார் உங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப வேல்யூட்டாக இருந்திருக்கும் நான் நம்புறேன். ஸோ ஹோப் அவர் சொன்ன எல்லா விஷயங்களுமே நீங்கள் நோட்ஸ் எடுத்திருப்பீங்க. உங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப ஒரு கிளாரிட்டியான ஐடியா கிடச்சிருக்கும் எப்படி இந்த பார்த்து கொண்டு போகலாம். ப்ளஸ் அவங்களோட டூல் பற்றியுமே எல்லாத்தையும் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க. ஃபர்தராக உங்களுக்கு இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இருக்குது, நீங்கள் அவங்களோட ட்ராவல் பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறீங்க அப்படிங்கிற பட்சத்துலையுமே டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷனில் லிங்க் கொடுத்துருக்கேன், செக் பண்ணி பாருங்கள். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி அப்கமிங்கில் வேறு எக்ஸ்பர்ட்ஸ் பேசுகிற வீடியோஸுமே நம்ம சேனலில் போட பார்க்குறோம். ஸோ தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச். திஸ் இஸ் HR Naveen signing off.